Hey, Rita. How are you?
Am I audible? Hi, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How are you doing?
I'm very good. Thank you very much. So, yeah, I see that the streaming is live. So, hello, everyone. I'm a couple of minutes late. Some problem with the Zoom. Thank you for joining us. Today, we are here uh, to discuss the aspiring success story of Rita. Rita, I'm going to make you give a permission to switch on your video and see if you can do that.
Okay, okay. Namaste, sir. How are you?
Good. Thank you. I can see you. All right. Okay, my video is a bit shut up. Let me see. Okay. Okay. I'm visible, I said. Wonderful. Glad to see you. And I'll start with congratulating you. Congratulations for your successful career transition.
Thank you so much, sir.
Please go ahead and I have your resume with me. Just looking through it, but introduce yourself. Like before you started your journey towards data science, what were you? What's your academic profile experience? Introduce yourself, please.
Okay. Hi. So, hello, everyone. Myself, Reeta. I'm from Uttarakhand. I have done my post graduation in statistics from Banastali Vidyapeeth, Jaipur, Rajasthan. So, after my graduation, I was preparing for government exam, but unfortunately, I didn't did very well on those exams. So from past 1.5 year, I got to know this data-driven data science domain. So I researched it a lot, and fortunately, I got DataMites. And from DataMites, I did my certified data science course. So during this course, I've done my internship as well, and I gave my mock interviews 2 times. And after mock interviews, within 1 month, I got my first job because of the data mine. So yeah, that's it.
You got a job within 1 month. That's wonderful. Okay, so one big thing highlighting your resume is that you have a master's in statistics, right?
Yes.
All right, that obviously then you're very qualified to become a data scientist. That's really nice. Okay, so how good you programming? Do you have a basics of programming before taking up the course?
No,
Rita?
no, I'm sir completely non. I'm from completely non-tech background, so the programming was the I think one of my hurdle that time. But the way the Python coding got delivered to me by Nisar Nikhil sir, it became really easy. So now I can say I know a little bit about coding. So yeah, that
Oh,
was
that's
the case.
modest. You're still saying a little bit. How was the experience? How long you took to get a hang of Python?
Okay, sir, I would say maybe 1 month it took for me for Python coding because it was I thought it would be like too much tough for me, but it was not the case. And I really want to thank Mr. Nikhil sir because of him. I am now a little bit confident about the Python coding. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Nisarg is your trainer from DataMites. I will pass on this.
yeah.
I'm sure he would have already got it. Very nice. Okay. Um, how was your experience? I mean, you are masters in statistics, so I'm not going to ask anything about it. I think statistics would have been a piece of cake for you, isn't it?
Yes, sir. It was not hurdle for me anything related to statistics because in academics you know the concept, but how you are applying that concept in real world industry domain. So that I learned from the data mites course.
Still, you learned something about statistics from a practical perspective. Good to know that. How was your machine learning?
Okay,
So,
so machine learning, yeah, for some algorithm like SVM, I can say it was little bit tough. But for rest of the algorithm, the approach which took by the Nisarg sir, it was really, really helpful. So it was not that much tough also.
Okay. Support vector machine, SVM. It's one of the highest used algorithm in medical science, right? The
Yeah,
benefit of SVM
yes,
is that you can do with a lesser number of records, more number of features. By default, SVM is what we select. And SVM is something which you cannot replace with the neural networks. So anyway, the work you're doing does not involve SVM, but if it is something which you are,
yes.
so you should focus on it. Good. So
Yes, sir.
wonderful. So how was your projects? So after you are completing your Python statistics and other things, next is projects. How was your project experience? What kind of projects you have done?
So, sir, I have done my 4 capstone project. So, still I remember the suggestion which I got from Jivita ma'am. So, she suggested me to take your projects in such a way that you can brush up each and every concept, whichever you learn in your tutorial, in your coding things. So, I did this approach. So, first I did my classification project, then regression, then clustering, then I went for the ANN and CNN and stuff. So this approach I took.
Wonderful. So Jivita was your mentor in the project phase. Okay.
Yeah. So Nisarg sir from Python to machine learning, and Jivita ma'am was for SQL, time series, and ANN CNN concept.
All right. So after you completed this, you have gone through the job ready score. I think that's a process within DataMites, isn't it? Okay. Then how many
Yes.
interviews you have attended after that?
So after the first job ready assessment, sir, I gave my first mock interview, but unfortunately I didn't do that much well in that. So again, I did my second job as ready assessment, and I gave my second mock on 5th of May. But that time I got a positive result from the teams. So
Okay.
yeah, it took 2 mock interview for me. So
Okay, that's not bad. I think most of the people are doing right now multiple mock interviews. But once you cross that mock interview and the job ready assessment gate, right? So how many actual interviews you have faced? May 5th, you completed your second mock interview, which was successful, and then you go for the real
yes,
job.
sir.
So how many job
Yeah.
interviews?
So okay. So I went to like almost 2 interviews. The first one was with Crossroad ELF, but it was second one I got at examroom.ai. So I went for 2 interviews. So for AMD, I was like for that was one for web scraping. So I was in middle of that in that project. So at the same time, I got opportunity from examroom.ai. So I joined over there.
Very good. So it's a second job interview clear.
Yes, sir.
So the first one, what was your experience? Is there any learning point from your first interview?
Yes, sir. I remember what mistake I've done over there.
Yeah, please share.
So they, so they show me one result. So they tell me to write down a query. So just the time I saw that result, I just started to write my query. My query was correct, but my query was not correct for that particular result. So that time the interviewer was asking me that why you write this query for this. So I explained him. So that time he suggested me that do not jump directly to the query. First ask a further question. So this thing I remembered for my next interview. So for examroom.ai, I still remember one
Okay.
of the question I got for like to like list. He asked me to print out the fourth element for the from the list. So
Mm,
then I remembered that mistake which I've done in my first thing. So then I asked, "Are you wanting this result with the help of index number?"
mm.
What? So that time he explained me, yeah, with the help of index number, I want this number. So then I gave my answer correctly. So this thing I learned from my first mistake.
It's more a soft learning, isn't it? It's more a soft skill. So you didn't really read the question. Right. Okay. Apart from
Yes,
that,
sir.
do you have any subject related learning? Like you've been weak in certain areas, you learn from it after your interviews. How was your, like you have done your phase two and then projects, right? And then you attend your mock interviews. So in the mock interviews or maybe in the actual interviews, have you find any areas which you're lacking and you revise that?
Okay, so first interview I remember, sir, mock one.
Hmm.
So that time I also gave my answer correctly,
Hmm.
but I was not coming to the crisp one answer.
Hmm.
So this thing I learned from my first mock interview, and whichever interview I gave for the industry purpose. So first one I told you, sir, it was related to SQL. So that thing I gave some of the queries answer, but some concepts were like related to normalization, these things. That
Yeah.
thing I didn't knew that time.
Hmm.
Yeah. So for second interview, that was mostly focused on Python. So whichever material sample question paper I got from the DataMites, that really helped me for that interview.
Okay, wonderful. So you say mostly people ask statistics and Python. Is there any questions coming from machine learning in these in your interviews?
No, sir, not fortunately, not. I didn't get any question related to machine learning because
Okay.
in second interview they asked mostly related to Python and asked like, have you did any project on AN and CN? That so I have done
Computer vision.
during
Yeah.
my internship. Yeah. So that was the thing.
No questions on computer vision or artificial neural network.
No,
Okay.
no, nothing, sir, nothing.
They only checked your basics. Wonderful. Okay. So obviously you answered a part of the question. Oh, okay. Somehow this is not the apologies for that. But anyway, this is live streamed in YouTube, so people can pick it from there. All right. So coming back to the question. So did you uh, so you haven't faced any tough questions in machine learning. It's mostly on statistics and Python. So that's good. So have you studied other materials than DataMites? You got a lot of material from DataMites. Have you studied anything else, or is DataMites material enough for you?
So other than the material which I got from DataMites, so I go through the suggestion which I got from my faculties, and other than this, I usually done the Chat GPT. I
Oh,
was
that's
really dependent on Chat GPT
oh, you're the
during
first.
my preparation.
So you're the first candidate who was successful who used ChatGPT. So I would say this is a mark. It's a milestone in our success stories because you're the first candidate who also mentioned ChatGPT as a learning resource or the
Yeah,
questions, right?
yeah, it was also one of my faculty during my preparations.
So ChatGPT is going to actually disrupt this industry. I mean, it's already happening, and I'm glad
Yes,
because
sir.
a lot of things which is already there, the human trainers can need not really focus on it. For example, if you ask ChatGPT to, you know what, act like an interviewer and interview me on data science related concepts, so it will ask you questions, and that kind of like, and it's so flexible that you're not dependent on humans, so you can ask, you can do it on your own time, own pace, and as many times as you want because ChatGPT is a
Yes, sir.
machine, so it does not get frustrated. So you can you can be as aggressive as you want or as flexible as you want in terms of learning from ChatGPT. That's very good.
Yes.
What kind of prompts you use in ChatGPT? Right. What kind of what ways you use in ChatGPT to prepare for your interview?
Okay, so for example, sir, if I take any concept related to Python, like a list. So first I was doing like the, what is the list? Then after that, like I modified that question. Can you give me top 10 MCQs related to this? Then I sometimes I just type the query, list query to the ChatGPT and got my answer. So that way I was using the ChatGPT.
Wonderful. Very good. So apart from that, ChatGPT, the entire resource you referred is DataMites resource.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Wonderful. Very good. I think we have all the experiences and information from you. Let's open up to the questions before we. All right. So DataMites team, I request you to look at any questions coming in other channels, YouTube or LinkedIn or other channels you're streaming, and put it back into the Zoom so that we can take it up. Did you already join your job, Reeta?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes,
How
sir.
is
From 19th of July.
Oh, you're 2 weeks in that company. How is everything?
Yes. Yeah, it is going smooth, sir. Still, I'm learning.
Okay, that's nice. Good to hear. All right. So I have a chat box. All right. So I think I did not enable the chat box to everyone. Yeah. Now people can put the questions. Sorry for that. Yeah. It was not open before. So people who are joining directly from the Zoom or who are joining from LinkedIn or YouTube or other channels, you can put in the comments. People who are in the Zoom call, they can directly write the question. All right. So the questions regarding the salary and stuff, I keep on telling many times that your first salary isn't really a matter, because your first 6 months of your job is what really matters. Because after that, you can get whatever salary you want at par with industry or even above the industry if you learn good in the 6 months in the real time experience, right? Having said that, the salaries are usually 5 to 10 lakhs for the beginning levels of the jobs. Okay. Other questions? All right. So there's always questions on concerning about I'm not a programming background. Can I make it? Right. This is often asked question. You have no knowledge on programming before you started this course. What is your experience, Reeta? Do you think a non-programmer can take the data science? You did, yes?
Yes, they can see me as an example because I was totally from a non-tech background. Actually, before joining this course, I just hated the coding things. But by any chance, I got into this industry and it became really easy. Like the way the data mites faculties will deliver the Python coding to you, it will become really, really easy for you, sir, even for non-tech background.
All right. So bottom line is your prior knowledge about programming or even statistics, machine learning does not matter. If you focus 6 months diligently, follow the syllabus and do all the assignments, attend the mock tests, mock interviews, you should be ready for the market. And probably in a month or two, you should be ready to transition to the job. All right. Thank you, Reeta, for that. I have a question from Ashish, and this question is more general. At the age of 35, can I get a job after doing the data science and data analyst course? Ashish, answer is definitely yes, because we do have people with 50 plus years, 50 plus people and 25, 30 years of experience in our batches. In fact, 20% of the learners are about 10 years experience in DataMites. I know that. I do the data analysis myself. So answer is definitely yes. Of course, you're not looking at the entry level jobs, of course, right? So you have 10, 15 years experience already. You look at the head of the division or senior data science kind of roles, right? Also, your salary will be depend on your previous salary with some 30 to 50% hike. Is what the general market is. I have another question from, I don't know which channel. It's mostly from LinkedIn, I think. Will the DataMites provide internship certificate that will be helpful? Yes. So DataMites have a tie-up with many companies in Bangalore, India. We also started working with US companies now. My own company, Rubix, does major internships, one of the major internship provider for DataMites. So Anand, we are very happy to do that because people joining us interns are really adding value to us. And We do not pay them. So it's a free resource for us. And it's same thing with a lot of other companies. So couple of months, I think 3 months or 4 months you do as interns for the clients. You will be given internship certificate, not just internship certificate, you'll get a service letter as an interns because you'll be on payroll on the roles of companies you're working as an intern. All right. So I have another question from LinkedIn. How many interview opportunities will PAT team will provide? Reeta?
Okay, so from the first mock interview, I was getting opportunity whenever it is there. So for me, I think I got almost 4 to 5 opportunity. So, but I landed up on this examroom.ai at last. But you will definitely get as many as possible opportunities there.
Yeah, there is no upper limit. We keep on forwarding. So right candidates will this. Essentially, we have our own internal review process of you have a job ready score. So if you're getting more than 6, you're good to the market. You can guarantee that you get placed, right? Kind of. If you get less score than 6.0, then you again go for another revision and you attend this job ready score. Once you have this mock interviews job ready score in place, mostly people will get placed. And it doesn't matter. Normally, two to three interviews, people get placed. But if you have to attend more interviews for whatever reason, there is no upper limit as such. Okay. I have a question from Vaibhav. Is a previous manufacturing experience considered in this field? Yes, Vaibhav. So whatever experience you have in other verticals is considered as your domain expertise. Well, if you apply for companies into manufacturing, you'll be very relevant because you have the domain knowledge. But even if you are applying for other verticals, other industries, your experience as a business experience still considered because data science is not just numbers and statistics and machine learning. A significant part of the data science comes from business knowledge. You work in any business for a significant amount of years. This is considered as a valuable knowledge for data science. Hope that answers your question, Vaibhav. I have another question from Insaf from Sri Lanka. So the question is, how to know about this college certification? Can I join the data science course in Sri Lanka? Well, from Sri Lanka, you can join online. If you are coming to India, you need to have a visa, and there is a team in DataMites who can also help with that. A lot of people come from abroad. We do give the certificates for your visa processing and stuff. Up to you. But I say study online. 80% of the learners are online, so that should be good. Okay.
I was also from online batch.
Oh, okay, that's to add. So many people who are successful are from online batches. So yeah, that's actually pretty convenient for all the parties involved. Yes. Okay, so I have a question from Joseph, and he is from Nigeria. Okay. After the data analysis, how do I do the internship? It's the same process. Reeta, you can explain. After you complete the phase 3, how do you get into internship? I think after phase 2, you get into internship, right? Please explain.
Yeah, so after the phase 2, sir, after the completion of your project, it also included in your internship as well. So after the classes you got, then you have to start your internship with the starting of project. So it took almost 3 months. So you can start your internship with the projects and 4 capstone project and 1 client projects.
Okay, so that's how it is. So after we finish the phase 2, you do a couple of projects and then you get into internship. A question from Hemant: which subjects are most important for data analyst course? Well, I can answer, Reeta. So essentially, data analyst, you should be really good at statistics, good at data analysis. Data analysis itself is a topic. There are so many different techniques to analyze the data, slice and dice the data, bring in insights. Of course, there's also visual analytics tools like Tableau, which is also important. You should be good at SQL because you are going to work with the databases to get the data. That's all you need. And there is also a topic which is focused on machine learning, non-coding. Data analysts also do a machine learning by using tools. So you don't write code in Python, but you use tools to do all kinds of machine learning predictive modeling. All of these are important, Hemant. Mohammed has a question. Does HTML for web development useful in data science fields? You can answer. Do you need HTML, Reeta?
No, not right now.
You don't
The
need.
work
Not
I'm
right
doing
now.
right, no, sir.
Not just right
The
now. You need it at all. So HTML and CSS is more for developers, front-end developers. Data science is not about that. So you don't need that. Okay. Okay. Any further questions? All right. So one more question from Nicole. Uh, um, hey, are there mentors help you on your client projects? Rita, you get a help from mentors on
uh,
the project?
yes, sir. I'll all the time whenever I was stuck at particular query related. So there is a platform called D Tribe. There you can put your all your questions. I did that thing every time, and you can even do ask to DataMites. It happened for my time. It happened at Wednesday and Thursday. So you can ask your questions in there, doubt clearing sessions. So yeah, you will get help.
This one, right? D Tribe, DataMites.
Yes, yes, sir. D Tribe.
This one, tribe.datamites.com. So I'll just ping that link to you. So tribe.datamites.com. Oh, okay. This is a learning community exclusive for DataMites learners. This community has, okay, there is also a live event. I think this is the same event which is happening right now. So all the events, you can see that there are a bunch of events being scheduled. Both they have revision sessions. We have Ask DataMites, which is a question and answer sessions. Some of them I take myself. And there are success stories, which is currently what's happening right now is streamed here, as you can see as an event. And also there is a lot of question and answers people ask. If you look at the feed, it's a very active, vivid community where you have a lot of questions being asked and you have mentors, alumni, or other learners answering them, also participating in the discussion, right? This thrive.datamites.com is one of the useful resource for anyone to be active and learn. Okay. All right.
I
So
want to add one thing, sir. If
this,
anyone have no not they have no doubt, like they have no queries, but if they are just searching, browsing this D tribe, so they can get the lot of question related to one topic. So that would be really helpful for you if you are preparing for interviews. So just do the browsing in D tribes. You will
very
get
good. So
most of the
not
questions.
just your questions and your problems, you can learn from others' questions and
Yeah.
answers. What Rita says. Thank you very much, Rita. All right, I have another question. Question is about business analyst versus data science. Both are asking for SQL and Python. Can I apply for business analyst role as well? Yes, absolutely, yes. Business analyst, data science are all related jobs. You can apply for that, of course. I have two questions from June. Akhilesh, can you please brief me about the career in data science in the era of AI? AI is a tool for data science. I won't see them as a competitor. I see them as a complementer. When you learn machine learning is actually a part of your AI. That's a tool for your data science. All of your modeling, predictive analytics is done using AI tools. So AI does not disrupt data science job. If that's what your question, you can be assured of it. I can give a lengthy answer, but short answer, there is no problem in there. So you should be fine. Internship only viable for learners in India? No, internship is available for across the world. But of course, if you're not in India, you do a virtual internship. And of course, even a lot of Indians do virtual internship. Like you don't have to physically come. But you happen to one of the centers because DataMites have about 20 plus cities presence in India. We also have other countries, but India specifically have 20 plus. All the major cities have huge offices of DataMites. So if you happen to be in one of these cities, you can physically also avail the internship. But as I told before, 70%, 70 to 80% people opt for virtual internship, and it is available for people across the world. Rajendra, yeah, DataMites have a big office in Hyderabad. I don't know the location, but I'm still sharing the screen. Okay, I can search. So that's your DataMites Hyderabad office. So this is the building. So you can find by just searching, you can find. All right. Any other questions we have? No. Yeah, I think it's yeah. It's I don't know much about Hyderabad. I live in Bangalore. High tech city should be near. You can just search for it and you'll be able to find in maps. Okay, should be near, I think, yes. DataMites do conduct a lot of job fairs. That's one of the primary way we get attention to the candidates who are completed. Yes. All right. Thank you. That's all the questions. Reeta, just started your journey. I'm very happy for you. Always remember, you work, but also you learn all the time. Not just what you're doing on the work, which is of course important for you because you need to deliver the work to your company. But don't restrict yourself to only your work. You should also expand, keep learning new things because you might work for a year or two based on what's your engagement with over there. When you step up, when you go to the other job roles within your organization or outside your organization, you should be ready for the market, which means that you should always be on top of the technology. So do not stop learning. You do your work and also keep learning things so that you can better your career path in coming months to years, right? So I wish you all the best in your job.
Thank you, sir. So since we are at the end of this, so I
Yes.
just want to say a thank you to specifically Nisarg Nikhil sir, to you, to Jivita ma'am, and from the PAT team, really special thank you to Shali ma'am and Farsana ma'am as well, sir. They were with me throughout my journey. So I really, really want to say thank you.
Okay, so I think that thanks is conveyed. I think most of them are listening as well. I'll anyway put a word across from my side for doing the great job. And of course, Pat, DataMites team is doing a fantastic job placements team. We almost doubled this month the number of placements, and it's going really nice. It's not just we are helping learners, we are also helping the organizations getting the right candidates. So we get a lot of good appraisals of the DataMites students or learners working over that. And that's how we are able to even place more for. I would thank you because you are representing DataMites as an alumni. And I also take your word to all that.
Thank you so much, sir, for having me.
All right. Thank you very much. I appreciate you taking time. Thank you for that. I thank everyone on the call. I wish you all the best in your career pursuit as well. Have a good day. Bye-bye.